Today on Grindavik. With the team's European journey at an end, attention turns back to domestic matters as manager Aussie Villain watches on as the club's new youth intake is put through their paces.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see what the new kids can do. Of course, you live in hope of getting a good Johnson or a Sigurdsson, a Stefansson. But, and it's like kids these days, you can't get them off their phones. It's like they're stuck to them, addicted to them. So you usually end up with a bunch of Samsungsons.
Synger sammen til segerskroppen, Maltan Grindavik. Og jeg vet, vi mannen gjør i dag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 3, Episode 8 today. We have two games in the league, one against HK, one against the team I can't pronounce. And, well, if we can win both of those games, then I think the title race should be back in our hands. Well, still kind of in our hands, even though we are behind, but with games in hand to play. But the big news since last episode is the youth intake has arrived, and we have got some decent, very decent players in this group. Now, of course, I do like to name these guys after the Patreon supporter, so if you are a qualifying Patreon supporter and you like the look of any of these guys, just let me know. We can get them renamed. But the first guy is half Albanian as well as Icelandic, Bliren Kola. He is a left back and he potentially is a very, very good left back. Physically, he's not too bad. He's only 15, so the pace, agility, acceleration should improve with time. Already a decent enough tackle up. Good positioning, good leadership as well, potential captain but in the future. He also has a good cross on him. He's also got a decent long throw. He can mark. I'm very excited to see what this guy can do. Now, if we can turn professional soonish, I think it's really going to help him as well to develop. So, yeah, really good left back there. The other player we've got as an elite talent is a left back here. Now, he's either-footed, which is brilliant. He's unambitious, which is not so good, but decent enough physically in terms of pace. It can already cross the ball. Decent flair as well. Determination isn't too bad. So again, another one of these guys that could down the line be useful for us if left and right footed. A two-footed winger is a very, very good thing to have. We've got some top talents in central midfield here. We've got Adel Steinson, another one. Good teamwork and work rate. Tackling is decent. Marking is decent. Good jumping reach as well. There's an argument to say he's 196 centimeters. I just saw that. There's an argument to say there might even be a centre-back in there down the line. I don't know exactly what he's going to be yet, but there's a lot to work with there, that's for sure. And the other guy here that is an elite talent is Bagley, a 16-year-old midfielder. Now already good passing and vision. Good first touch as well. Technique's not too bad. Physically is where he has work to do, but there's a lot to like about him and certainly something we can work with there. There's a few good talents here. Are any of these guys going to come through? I usually think one or two of them, though. You can kind of see here the guys that are sort of white are the guys that we've offered a contract to. The ones that are still in their trial status here, we haven't. Why haven't we offered him a contract yet? I don't know, actually. But there's something there I didn't like about him. I can't figure out what it is just now, but we might go back. So yeah, but anyway, that's the sort of the main guys there. This guy might come through. There's something missing. This is another guy, really good finisher, decent composure, decent off the ball. It's just physically, he's slow, but we might be able to work with him and make a striker out of him. We'll have to see. But anyway, if you like any of those guys, let me know. We can rename them. And the other thing that did happen, and there's no real easy way to show you this, but if we go to facilities, the club did agree to improve upon youth recruitment. So we now have average youth recruitment, whereas before this, it was maybe adequate, whatever it was before. So the board did invest some of the European money back into the club, which is nice. Now, there are 3 games to catch you up on since last episode. So we'll go and do that now. The first one in the league was, of course, after our European disappointment. It was against Selfoss. Happy Yellow found Carrison for the game's only goal. So we really just struggled to create chances in this one. Now, we played with this formation. I forget why. I think because we had tied players, and I think the way that they were playing sort of suggested that was the way to go. And I mean, it did kind of work. Carrison got the goal. Stefansson not having a great game, but overall, it was not too bad. I think it was something to. I think it was to do with the defenders. I I can't remember. There was a reason why I played like this. It might have just been looking at midfield here. I wonder if we just had tied players, maybe some suspensions. But anyway, long story short, we got away with it. And yeah, that's the good thing. We, of course, as usual, dominated possession, although only one shot. What a game. One shot on target for each team. Shocking. All right, next game was against, I think it's Leichner. Crew picked out Oskarsson to put us ahead, before Oskarsson turned provider for Jonsson to seal the points. So we struggled in front of goal in this one, but we did create a lot of chances. You can see an XG of 2.16. Stefansson again was poor, to the point where after this game I actually had words to him, you know, like, mate, you've got to I mean, you don't have to score every game, but you need to do a little bit more than you are just now. But generally speaking, everybody else played quite well, and yeah, it was a comfortable win, this one, even though the score would suggest otherwise. Final game to catch you up on was against a team that was desperately struggling in the league. It's KR. Stefansson pounced on an error for Cappiello to give us the lead. KR were down to 10 men when Cappiello played in Stefansson for our second. And Cappiello was again the provider for Moa to make it 3-0. Before KR pulled a goal back late on. So yeah, I mean, their recent form coming into this game was all losses, and I mean, Cappiello was brilliant. The goal from Stefansson, what a finish that was. Generally speaking, everybody played well with the exception of Marmot, who was just tired. He's just tired, the poor guy. Now, they did go down to 10 men early in the second half, and once they were down to 10 men, we looked really quite good. Yeah, so, I mean, in a way, only scoring 3 is a little bit of a disappointment, but not as much of a disappointment as conceding a goal to 10 men. But it was the 90th minute the game was won. Now, the league table, it looks like this. So there are 4 games for everybody else to go. This HK game is our game in hand. So if we win this with 4 games to go, we will be 1 point in front of Vikinga. If we don't win it, well, we'll either be 1 point or 2 points behind them. So it is important to win this game. Our other game is actually against the team that is in the relegation zone, Akureyrar. I don't know how you would... Obviously, I don't know how you say it. But yeah, so we've got 2 games here that realistically we should win against teams in a relegation battle. And like I say, if we can do that, worst case scenario will be a point up on the league, going in with 3 games to go in the season. So let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here in this first game, the makeup game. Now, this was also postponed. There was international call-ups. It was Halfporson. I was looking at Halfporson's name there. It wasn't Halfporson at all. It was Marmot got called up, as did Crew, as did, I think it was Antonsen got called into the Icelandic, one of the youth teams. So it is Bjornsson even going in goal for this one. Halfporson at left back with Adel Steinsen, Magoma and Shiba. Sayas, Crew and Cappiello in midfield. Oskarsson and Moa are the wide players. Stefansson goes up top. We're at home to a team in the relegation zone. No, just above the relegation zone, aren't they? Let's hope we can get the win. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. This Haritus is Harry Horitz, or whatever his name is. Horitz? There was an Australian cricketer called Horitz, but that's not how it was spelt, so I don't know. Anyway, he is quite good. He scores against us on a regular basis, and this Luxdal is quite good as well. I think he's a wide player, if I remember correctly. But of course, this is the team that came up with us, and what do we want to say to this? They're 10th in the form table. We're 3rd. Let's make that count today. Now, we can guarantee ourselves a European berth if we are to, for next season, obviously, if we are to win this. So, yeah, well, we'll see how we go. You can see their recent form that is it's improving. Now, what I did, you may have noticed even just from the goals we were scoring, we have been getting gradually better the further away from European football that we've got. Now, if you're wondering how Vizel got on, they had Besiktas in the last qualifying round and they got beaten by them. So if we had managed to sneak past them, I don't think we would have beaten Besiktas somehow. So, yeah, no harm, no. I mean, we would have got a little bit of extra money, but ultimately they were just too good for us, so we can't complain. But of course, early days in the series, we will get better. And hopefully we will continue to get a bit more money. Here's Shiba getting forward. It's cleared away. Sayas is there. Back down to Shiba. You've got Oskarsson. Can he get a call back? And he can. Oh, it's brilliant. Cappiello. He is absolutely beginning to look like a star. And Oskarsson, he pulled that back from just about going out. And in the 5th minute, we have a lead. Shiba did well getting forward. Nice ball down the line. Oskarsson, first time, chips it in. And Cappiello makes it 1-0. Now, one thing I have done as well, and I think we're still doing it, is, so we'll give them a bit of praise. If we have a look here, I've lowered the tempo down and work ball into the box. I was trying, and be more expressive. I was trying to figure out what it is about the way we're playing that we can dominate possession so much every game, but really struggle to convert that into goals. So one thing I thought will be more expressive, take more risks, basically. So that is working. There's a good ball for Stefansson. Stefansson, oh, just a heavy touch. And then I was wondering, too, if playing at a higher tempo, if we're just... Oh, another cracking ball from Capello. What a player. Capello and Stefansson, they are going to rip this league to pieces if they stay at this club. They are just on a different planet to everybody else. Look at this, Capello. He's done a few like that of recently, and, well, Stefansson just can't stop scoring, can he? He had 2 games. Well, maybe 3, because I think he wasn't great in Europe in that last game. But he had a couple of games where he was below par, and, well, we're just back now. Here we go. Moa pulls it back. Stefansson back to Sol. It was Crew, not Sayas, and he's unlucky. The goalkeeper saving it onto the post. What was I saying? But yeah, Capello is just... We've got the trait now of try-killer balls off it, and he is just threading passes. It's like some sort of elite sower, the amount of threading that he's doing. Here we go, Sheba with a chance. Oh, and that is off the post, was it? Or was it a save? Either way, Moa's got it. Moa, ball back in. It's cleared away again. If we get a third goal, Magoma wins that, then this is surely done. And, well, we can go... start looking forward to the next one. Now, there is, because this game was postponed initially, there is a much shorter turnaround. We don't have the free week in between, and I was tossing up as to whether or not we should postpone it, but I thought it'll give everybody in the squad a rest then. So I thought it was probably a good thing to do. So we've done it. The only player, of course, that didn't get the rest, arguably, is the one that needed it most in Marmot, but he's got a rest here, and as it turns out, it looks as though we're going to get by with without tiring him out too much. So we'll have Paulson there, I should say. I'm thinking, do we want to make some changes here and save some legs? The game is 2-0's not, it's not really won yet, is it? I was going to say, do we take Capello off? What we could do is... Capello's the only one that's kind of looking tired. Maybe Sheba, but we've got Lenoki who can come in and play and do a decent job. Sheba with a cross. It is... Thought maybe a penalty, but it looks like it's play on. Have Paulson with a cross in. It's cleared away. Capello looking for Stefansson, but again, it's cleared away. Magoma will pick it up. Sheba gets it round the corner there for Oskarsson. Can he whip another cross in? He's got himself time and space. Oh, and it's Capello. And was it a block behind? It was. Moa now with the corner. 68th minute. Can we get a goal that would surely wrap up the 3 points? It's another corner. Cross goes Moa to take it. There'll be an outswinger this time. Can he find Magoma's head? Back post towards Sheba, perhaps. It's cleared away. And that will do it for that. Okay, 75th minute. Let's say we've done enough here. So Capello can come off for Carrison. Moa can come off for Ndongala. He'll want to be an invert. Oh, we'll just leave him there. And the reason I took Moa off instead of Oskarsson and Ndongala is obviously a more natural winger on the right-hand side. So we rest Moa, then he'll have fresh legs to go again. And what we don't want to do is concede a goal. Here, please! And that was very close, but we get away with it. Probably don't need to attack them anymore. And as we go into stoppage time, it's going to be 3 minutes, plus the minute or 45 seconds or so we have left of the 90. Adel Steinson. He's got Sayas there if he wants to use him. There we go. Sayas. The Crew. To Carrison. Carrison for Stefansson. Good first touch to get past the defender. But the defender gets back, gets a block on it. And it falls into the keeper's arms. And that will be that. It is 2-0 at home against HK. We will be top of the league with 4 games to play. Well done, lads. And we'll move on to the next one. So there we go. Confirmation of the league table. We go ahead on goal difference as well. 1 goal in it, 1 point in it, though. as Grindavik turned dominance into victory. We are celebrating a best ever finish in the league, so that's great. I don't know what the best ever finish was, but we've beaten it. And we have qualified for the Europa Conference League with a top 2 finish in the Pepsi League. So that is good. If we win, we obviously qualify for the Champions League. That is the goal, because if we qualify for that, I mean, it would be the goal anyway, we'll be champions. But what we can do then is we can parachute down through qualifying, and we'll have a better chance of being in a group stage or a league stage. Doesn't necessarily have to be the Champions League one, and that will be big money for us if we can do that. Oscarson, an assist and 5 dribbles. He did quite well. And guys, wait right there. We'll be back for another game that, well, it could be a massive step towards the league title. If we win and Viking drop points, there'll be a 4-point gap with 3 to play. Okay, welcome back. We are getting ready to take on this team whose name I cannot say, and we are top. We have obviously an earlier game than Viking are, so we could go 4 points clear, and that would really put some pressure on them then, wouldn't it? So let's have a look and see what we're doing here. We are expecting a diamond 4-4-2, I suppose you could call that. Now, I'm tempted to go with an extra defender for this one, but we are going to stick to the usual formation. So Bjornsson in goal. It's Half Porson, Adel Steinson, Antonsen, and Lenoki. It's a couple of just tired players and going to make 90 minutes. It'll be Maya as the deep-lying playmaker with Turpitson and Capiello in midfield. Ndongalo and Moa get the start in wide area. Stefansson goes up top. And well, let's see if we can get another win here. Okay, so we can see the team sheets. I don't recognize any names there that bring trauma, so hopefully that's going to stay the same. What do we say to this? A lot of credit. Let's say, now they are 3rd in the form table. They actually are on a decent run as they look to try and save themselves from relegation. So let's put on a worthy display, perhaps. Now, this is Turpitson's return from injury. He was out for about 5 or 6 weeks, so he's not going to be match sharp for this one. So yeah, we'll hopefully he'll play well for us anyway. What was I going to say? I just saw something about the Viking again there in that tunnel interview that has. Oh, they're playing Breedablink. So that is, they're not the strongest team in the league. So yeah, they would. Where are they? So they're down there in mid-table. But yeah, anyway, we'll just see how this goes. Away from home, it's always a little bit tough. And as I say, they are in decent form. It's always this thing at this time of the season, isn't it? You don't know whether you're better off, as we've got a free kick to defend here. We are in the darker colours, and that is just wide. So sometimes you're better off just playing those teams in mid-table with nothing to play for, rather than you know, the teams that are down here scrapping for their lives, particularly when they are in good form themselves, as this is just pinging around the penalty area. Turpitson gets it clear. And Moa, oh, it's a little bit of a defensive error there, but they get away with it. Now, we've not had much of the ball here yet, which is unlike us. Half Porson with a throw. Stefansson back to Moa. Maya's free. We use him. Ball in. Stefansson is surely offside. And it is indeed given. We'll keep encouraging. We are just starting to get our share of possession now, and that is headed away. Capiello goes out. It is into the back of the net. So this is not what we wanted, needed, or anything else. They were expected to be a Route 1 team as well. That was sort of what the scout report said. Antonsen with a good header clear. And, well, he just went past Capiello and nobody else really got anywhere near him. So we've fallen behind in a game that we'd probably rather we didn't. Here we go here with Stefansson. Can he get past his man? Not quite. Ball forward. Adel Steinson with an error. And this is not looking particularly good for us, is that we look like, well, we don't look like we are getting outplayed here. I wonder what we can do to fix this if we do look to go to the 2 up top. Let's try a berate thing and see if that gets us going. Because we've not been in this game as of yet. So let's try raising up the tempo and passing into space. There should be space in wide areas for us. Turpitson on the ball now for Antonsen. Lenoki back to Antonsen. To Lenoki. Gets it wide there. And Dongala. Ball forward. Stefansson's in behind. He's got Ndongala. Can Ndongala whip in across? It's blocked. Lanucci's there. He whips it in. It is again headed clear, but Moa now with some space. It's Stefansson into goal, and it's off the goalkeeper, I think. Or was it the post? And that will end the half. So, really shocking from us, you'd have to say. That was not particularly good at all. We'll pump our fists. We'll say get out there and show us what you've got. Ndongala's looking nervous. We've got Stefansson not playing particularly well again. You just wonder if we've got players at this time of the year that don't always shine. All right, we've got a highlight. We don't win the header, but Bjornsson is there. Oh. I think Bjornsson is on like a one-man mission to get like Howler of the Year. We don't give that award, mate. We do have a horse's ass, though, and I think you are... I mean, what is that? It's a clear sunny day. And the ball has just temporarily turned into a bar of soap. All right, this is clearly not working now. We're just choking on this day. What can we do? Okay, so we are going, you'd almost say, as some sort of suicide formation, but we need to get something going here. So this is what we're doing. It's Harvard Meyer and Ndongala who have come off. Oscarson and Karasson up front are the two that have come on. So I think we've just got the one more sub, but we need to somehow try and come back from the dead here. And my decision to postpone the HK game initially is looking particularly poor just now, isn't it? Here we go with Moa. I mean, we need at least 2 goals, so that's why it's a little bit of a top-heavy formation. But, I mean, it's needs must, isn't it? Long ball forward. Antonsen is not there. All right, let's try a calm down, because we look like a team that is just panicking, don't we? Stefansson's only playing a 6.1. We might need to call it on him. We've got Jonsson, so we'll get him on. And it's 3-0, and there's no coming back from this. I don't know what's happened here. We've just frozen, absolutely frozen. And are we watching our title hopes just disappear away from home to a team, albeit in good form, but in the relegation zone? And it's all one-way traffic, isn't it? You can top giving me suggestions for substitutions, mate, because we're out of them. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's the goal difference that's going now as well, isn't it? We don't need to see that again. Let's focus. I mean, they are having a wonderful day out, aren't they? But we have just been so poor in this one. The sooner we're done this game, the better. I'm going to berate them again because this obviously isn't good enough. And hey, he caught it. And to think we signed him to a 2-year extension. That's looking like a genius piece of work now, isn't it? And we are just getting absolutely picked to shreds. Half Paulson is playing a 6.1. The good news is that Marmot's got a rest out of all this. So, yeah. I mean, this is worse than we got beaten by the Portuguese side. At least we scored some goals. But, yeah. Well, I mean, the sooner this game finishes, the better, really, isn't it? There's only about 55 seconds to go in stoppages. And, well, like I say, I'm assuming, I mean, mentally they don't look there, do they? So I'm assuming something that's been said pre-game or in the team talks or something has just not connected, because you can visually see that we have just not at all shown up for this one. As another one goes in. 5-0. I mean, this is rage quit territory, isn't it? As well, it's offside or something. So Bjornsson's got away with that. That is horrible. I'm sorry you had to sit through that if you're still sitting through it. I don't understand what's happened there. We'll point the finger. We're definitely going to say that. I mean, that was just horrible. Absolutely horrible. So there we go. I mean, technically, we are still top of the league, but now Viking have the game in hand, and our goal difference has taken a big kick in the balls. So yeah, they go clear of the drop. Hooray for them. Capiello is, well, there you can see that. Olofsson, I don't know what that is. And just some tied fitness player concerns. It's all going a little bit wrong. At the time of the year, we can at least afford it to go a little bit wrong. So there we go. That is that. One good win, one shocking performance. So we'll be back for the final game of the year unless there's a chance for us to win it beforehand, but that's not going to happen now. And yeah, well, I don't know what to say. There won't be a Viewers Player of the Year vote this season. It's unanimous. I think we all know who it is, so there won't be there won't be a vote. We'll just announce the winner at the end of season awards, which will be next episode. Take care.